Om Shri Ganeshaya Namo Nama. Time and tide never waits for anyone, Arpiji. So it's 8 p.m. before people realize that we are late. Let's go straight way. We are focused, we are following, we're getting through with the session today, which is the second last program. And as far as this particular the overseas telecast, and as far as overseas valuable inputs are concerned, Mr. Arpit Dugar, who is a resource person, source person, and he's the gorgeous torch across the tunnel on the other side in the UAE. So he's bridging between UAE and that particular region across the globe with Sector 20 Government B.Ed College over here in Chandigarh. So there's a special session today. It may take more than 1 hour. We have already sent across intimation to you in your group as well. We requested Nisha ma'am also. We sent across to principal as well. And we sent across to all the participants as well. Today is a very special session. You will have so much to learn. We will recapitulate what all we have done so far, initially 15-20 minutes. And thereafter, we will proceed with that how the technology tools are being used basically to transform the education ecosystem in the light of the NEP 2020, which has been given on 29 July 2020 during the thick of the pandemic. So with that in focus, uh, we extend a very warm welcome to all of you. I just quickly wish to share those are interested to go to Japan. 3 lakh youth are required in Japan, and tomorrow at 5 p.m. would be our 10th program, that is to learn Japanese language free of cost and to understand Japanese culture and Japanese norms and country as and the people as how they are and how you should prepare yourself for Japan. So tomorrow evening, 5 p.m. And Sunday morning, we will be taking you to Woodbury University, Burbank in California. इस पढ़ाई के आगे की जो यात्रा है, who am I, where from I have come, what am I doing, what am I learning, and where exactly ultimately I would be. That is Vidya se Adhyatam Vidya ki or. That would be on Sunday morning. That will be coming at 9:30 a.m. Of course, 7 p.m. would be in between another program. That will be Ayurveda for the global wellness. And there we are sharing and discussing and focusing nowadays on mental wellness. At the same time, 82 million youth are required world over. And India got to do a huge service when you talk about Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. So at 8 p.m., along with the NRIs on Sunday, we'll be having a special program preparing to be caregivers, and the focus country would be Canada. So, ladies and gentlemen, whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. This program is going live on the YouTube channel ICSI India. And with these words, join me in extending a very warm welcome of Mr. Arpit Duggar, all the way from Dubai, who is going to share this evening a very special session for all of us. And at the same time, I must compliment all young boys and girls of Sector 20 B.Ed College as well. You had, I think, a very, very hectic day. You had lots of programs today in your college. We have been reading, you had something in the morning, something in the afternoon, and now you have got this. So you can have, like Western culture, Western countries, you can have your tea, you can have your coffee, you can have your soup, and you can have whatsoever you want to eat while joining this session. But please don't go to sleep. That is something very important which we have to take care of. And with these words, I take you and I put you in a very safe hands, because today is going to be a very interesting journey for all of us. And along with Nisha ma'am, we extend a very warm welcome of all the participants and a very special thanks, gratitude, cooperation, and welcome of our resource person, Shri Arpit Duggarji. All yours, the world is yours, and let's move on.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for, again, I mean, as always, a very generous introduction of everyone. Once again, a very warm welcome to all of us. Those who you can put your cameras on, please do that. It will be good to see you and interact with you during the session. And those who are there in some awkward positions or some awkward backgrounds, they may turn off their cameras for a while, just settle down properly and then switch on your cameras, right? Okay. I know it's around 8 o'clock there in India now, and perhaps this session is going to go till 9:30 today. So as sir also mentioned, keep yourselves hydrated, keep eating, no problem at all. But yeah, just be there for this 1.5 hour in front of the screen, because today we are going to discuss uh, something which we have been talking about. You have got exposure of a little bit, but today we are going to see some real amazing tools which are again available for making your classrooms amazingly engaging, right? So on that note, let me just share my screen. Give me a thumbs up once it is visible.
It's there. And Arpitji, before you start the session, just to warm them up, the prizes and other things which you were telling me this afternoon,
Yes,
you
yes, yes.
in between whenever you feel like. And today also, let's give three rewards, maybe 1,000 rupees each. That, of course, we will distribute the cash when the chief guest comes on the valedictory day. But you can select the bright boys and girls today during the session as per your choice. Let the flow be there and let them enjoy the session.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. So on that note, there are many good many items on good news for all of us in terms of prizes, awards, cash prizes, certificates that we are going to get. We have received all your lesson plans. So top 3 lesson plans in terms of creativity and engagement are being shortlisted right now, and we will be awarding them the 1, 2, and 3. We will also be awarding 3 of you for the best assignments and stories put in for the assignments that were done. And we will also be awarding you the participation and merit certificates for those who have attended all the sessions religiously and were committed to the assignments, assessments, and whatever follow-up activity is given. On top of it, today in the session, depending on your engagement, your questions, and how fast you react and respond, you will be awarded 3 cash prizes. So we will be selecting it in between middle of the session, and then towards the end we will just announce the names, and then you will be given that award during a physical session when Dr. Sharma visits you there in the campus, right? So on that note, we will begin today's session, the 9th session of this whole program called Capacity Building Program for Transformative Teaching. So let's explore, let's begin. Let's have a quick recap, of what went in the last 1.5 months. We started on 17th of March with orientation, which I did, about how this whole journey is going to be. And I'm going to take certain feedbacks from you all of your experience of the sessions that you attended. We spoke about digital literacy, wherein we covered a couple of tools. Just to give you a quick start, I'll just click here and I'll take you to the presentation. This is just to give you a glimpse of what, this whole journey of 8-9 sessions and around 18-20 hours that we have spent together. So in my digital literacy session, we had explored why technology integration is required, what is the impact of technology, how well these tools, when they are integrated, they create certain, impact in the classrooms. We had explored about different tools like Quiz, Socratic, Chat GPT extensively, Khan Academy, Global Schools Program, GeoGebra, TED, Discovery, FED, to name a few. In this session, we had also explored about the 6 C's of global competencies, and each of the C's, then you gave your responses, and it was an amazing, I think, discussion, followed up with an assessment, which you all did very well. Then there were sessions by Dr. Indira on andragogy and pedagogy, and a couple of activities were done very interestingly by you all. further to which a critical thinking and problem solving session by Dr. Sapna. It was very interesting to see how some of you really opened up in terms of the practical challenges that you might face in the classrooms and the way they were addressed by the trainers based on their experience as to what exactly happens and how you have to deal with that. Then we had a session of effective classrooms management by Mrs. Roma Joshi. Then again, one session was done by me, which was on technology is fun. And I believe this session was an eye-opener for a lot of us. We explored Google Earth. We explored 100 billion pixels, many such tools, which makes classrooms highly engaging, active. So today we are going to collaborate all of these together and then see how these additional tools, the digital tools, will help us out in creating the best of the best lesson plans, best engaging classroom activities. Another session which was done was by Dr. Indira, which was on creativity and innovation. And I believe multiple tools were again discussed in this Wordall, live worksheets and Google Earth and many platforms. I think we all explored together. And the last session, then there was 2 weeks break. I think you all were a little bit occupied with your school exam, college examinations. After which, on the 21st of April, we did one session on mindfulness. Because with usage of all technology and tools around, it's really important to be mindful as well, right? So that together, putting it, technology and mindfulness together gives us a holistic profile as an educator, right? So today what we are going to do is to take it up from here and see what all tools we explored, right? So I would want some of you to give me certain insights of what that tool does, right? So that I also know that you have been exploring these tools. So first we explored Google Earth. How many of you remember this? Raise your hand and then unmute and just speak 1 or 2 lines about it. What did you like about this tool and could you get a chance to practice more on it? Sahib Preet, I can see your hand. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, you can just raise your hand and then I'll call your names, right? Yeah, Sahib Preet, please.
Good evening, sir.
Very good evening, Sahib.
So Google Earth is basically like we can explore to create the interest of students in science and subjects like SST.
Any particular example that you remember which we had covered using Google Earth?
Sir, I think in Google Earth you showed us that this is a particular place, like this is your college.
Yeah, you remember I visited your college using Google Earth. Yes.
Yes, sir, and probably you might be seeing us in the ground someday.
Yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, we do have availability of certain feeds with which we can see that. So I actually enjoyed the park around your the whole garden and the green patch around your college, and it's a U-shaped college, right? So it was nice to see. Okay, good, Saipreet, you remember it. Vanna, you were adding something on top of it?
Yes, sir. मैंने कई बार गूगल अर्थ यूज किया है जब मैं अपनी सिस्टर को ज्योग्राफी पढ़ाती हूँ ना, तो उसमें हिमालय दिखाने के लिए कि इसका कैसा नेपाल में स्ट्रक्चर है और पूरी बेल्ट को दिखाने के लिए मैंने कई बार यूज किया है, और काफी चीजें कि हमारी मतलब कि इंडिया की जो लास्ट पॉइंट है उसको पढ़ाने के लिए। इस तरह उसको अभी भी मेरे पास ही है, वो उसको सारा इंडिया और वर्ल्ड का सारा मैप याद है।
That's great. That's great. So देखिए, इसी तरीके से जब हम टूल्स को यूज करेंगे ना, तो वो विजुअलाइजेशन क्रिएट्स एन इम्पैक्ट। अदरवाइज जब हम वो 2D में या सिर्फ एक प्रिंट आउट में क्रॉस सेक्शनल व्यूज में जब चीजों को देखते हैं, it doesn't register in our memory, right? So it's good if you are using it that way, and that's how we should all be using it.
मुझे भी बहुत अच्छे से याद हो गया वो, मैं भी मतलब भूल नहीं पाती उसको प्रॉपर्ली, वो मेरे माइंड में भी बहुत अच्छे से बैठ गया।
That's perfect. So Google Earth के हमने जितने भी ऑप्शंस उसको एक्सप्लोर किए थे, Google Earth एजुकेशन वाला जो पोर्टल हमने एक्सप्लोर किया था, keep on doing it. I think it will add a lot of value. Those who could not practice it, क्योंकि अभी आप लोग के एग्जाम्स भी चल रहे थे, but ensure that you are hands on with these tools, right? Otherwise you will forget. तो आप जो भी कोई लेसन प्लान्स बना रहे हैं, जहाँ पे भी आपको चांस मिलता है, keep on incorporating them.
सर
Yes, Vanna.
98 जो पिक्सल कैमरा आपने ईमेल में भी डाली थी, वो फिर भी ओपन नहीं हुई। मैंने बहुत ट्राई किया, रीलोड आ रहा है, वो फिर भी नहीं चल रहा। मैं बहुत ट्राई कर रही हूँ, कई बार, इस बार नहीं किया पर उस वक्त कर रही थी, वो फिर भी नहीं हो रहा मुझसे।
ओके, सो उस पे एक सजेशन मेरा रहेगा, जस्ट ट्राई डिलीटिंग योर कुकीज। पहले वाले कुकीज एक बार डिलीट करके जस्ट रिफ्रेश इट, मे बी वो लोड होने में थोड़ा सा टाइम लेगा बिकॉज इट्स अ 100 बिलियन पिक्सल्स पिक्चर, तो थोड़ा सा हैवी है वो साइट, नो डाउट अबाउट इट, बट आई बिलीव एक बार आप कुकीज वगैरह अपने डिलीट करके ब्राउजर को रिफ्रेश करेंगे, इट शुड वर्क।
ओके सर।
ओके, फिर हमने एक्सप्लोर किया नासा ISS लाइव। एनीवन हु रिमेंबर्स दिस नासा इंटरनेशनल स्पेस स्टेशन? क्या कर रहे थे हम इसमें जाके? प्लीज रेज योर हैंड। निहारिका, यस।
गुड इवनिंग सर।
वेरी गुड इवनिंग निहारिका।
सर इसमें हम लोगों को अर्थ की लाइव रोटेशन नजर आती है, तो उसके थ्रू आपने हमें लाइव रोटेशन दिखाई थी अर्थ की, एंड वी कैन सी द एक्चुअल स्पीड ऑन विच अर्थ इज रोटेटिंग।
How do you think you will be able to utilize it somewhere in your teaching?
सर हमें बच्चों को काफी टाइम लैटिट्यूड लॉन्गिट्यूड सिखाना होता है और बहुत बार उन्हें रोटेशन समझानी होती है, और वो हम लोग बोर्ड पे सिखाएं और थ्रू वर्ड सिखाएं, उससे बेटर है कि हम उन्हें लाइव दिखा सके ताकि वो अच्छे से ज्यादा आसानी से समझ सकें।
Exactly. I'll also add up a very interesting example. जब छोटे बच्चे होते हैं उनको हम सिर्फ बताते हैं कि अर्थ जो है वो राउंड है, अर्थ जो है वो स्फेरिकल है। हालांकि अर्थ ना तो राउंड है ना स्फेरिकल है, अर्थ इज अ जियोइड शेप, राइट? सो अब बच्चे को ये बताना जियोइड शेप अर्थ है और सिर्फ इमेजिन कराना, उससे बेटर है हम नासा ISS लाइव पे ले जाएं और बच्चे को दिखाएं दिस इज द लाइव ऑफ द प्लैनेट, लाइव व्यू ऑफ द प्लैनेट। तो विद इन माइक्रो सेकेंड्स द चाइल्ड विल रजिस्टर इट ऑलवेज। तो उसके जितने कंफ्यूजन है, अर्थ का शेप ऑरेंज जैसा है कि एग जैसा है या फिर पूरा प्रॉपर स्फेयर है, gets resolved using this, and obviously the other timelines and stuff. That's great. We also used one tool called live worksheets. I think Indira ma'am covered this. Anybody who wants to just quickly add on it?
So like we can online create an worksheet.
Sahib, I'll take response from somebody else. Okay.
Okay, sir.
एक एक करके लेते हैं. Right.
Okay.
Okay. Just raise your hands quickly. Live worksheets, anyone? And today in the whole session, I am also observing who are all attentive and participating, because you have prizes towards the end, right?
Sir, may I?
Yeah. अच्छा सविता, आप प्राइज के लिए आए हो या आंसर देने के लिए आए हो? पहले ये बताओ।
सर आप जो मर्जी समझ सकते हैं।
Okay, all right, Savita, go ahead.
नहीं सर, लाइव वर्कशीट्स जो हमने किया था, वी कैन बेसिकली क्रिएट वर्कशीट्स फॉर चिल्ड्रन टू पार्टिसिपेट इन, एंड वो काफी इंटरेस्टिंग हो जाता है क्योंकि बहुत सारे हमारे पास डिफरेंट टाइप्स के वर्कशीट्स उन्होंने बताए थे हमें, बहुत सारी साइट्स भी उन्होंने बताई थी उसके रिगार्डिंग, तो that's
great. हाँ, क्योंकि आप किसी भी वर्कशीट के अंदर you can add animations, you can add live elements, so it becomes really interesting rather than a plain textual or a visual printout. You have those animated worksheets. Okay, so that creates more of interest. That's great. We had also explored about Canva as a tool. Yes, anyone other than Niharika, Sahibpreet, Vandana and Savita's?
Good evening, sir.
Yes, Parash, go ahead.
Sir, on Canva we can edit, like we can create our own logos or pictures and animation, and the images we can create.
तो आप ये बताएं, आपने सबने जो लेसन प्लान्स बनाए, आपने कैनवा का यूज क्यों नहीं किया उसमें? Now that's my another question. मे बी टाइम नहीं मिला होगा या भूल गए होंगे कि हाँ कैनवा को यूज करना है. So my suggestion here, see what we need to do is, आप ये जितने भी सारे जो हम टूल्स कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, इन सभी टूल्स का मे बी एक पेपर पे एक प्रिंट आउट निकालें इनके लोगोज के साथ, और उसको आपका जो वर्किंग डेस्क है उसके पास में लगा के रखें, राइट? और उसके बारे में एक एक लाइन आप लिख के रखें, so that जिस दिन भी आप अपना काम कर रहे हो, आप अपना रिसर्च कर रहे हो, when you are trying to make your worksheets, you are trying to make your lesson plans, you have these tools right in front, you will be recalled of their usage. Otherwise sometimes we forget और हम अपने flow में जाके बनाने लग जाते हैं, right? So start doing it, because 1, 2, 3, 5 times when you start doing it, then it becomes kind of in your regular habit, and then you make a judicious use of these tools.
Yes, sir.
So that's one suggestion. That's great, Parash. 100 billion pixels we spoke about.
Sir, I just want to add on Canva.
Yes, hi.
My cousin brother, he is in 2nd class, and his school introduced him Canva. He go and search about Canva, the basic introduction tools, and he was like, he called my brother कि आप इसमें देखना क्या है, कि इसको सर्च करना, आपने सुना है इसके बारे में? So he's just in second class and he's start exploring the Canva.
That's great. So see, this is how I think the systems are going to move forward, and that's where as educators we need to be upfrontly upgraded all the time, right? Because if we don't do it, the students already know it, and then they will stop valuing us. Just imagine a situation wherein you are asked to listen to somebody who you think you perhaps already have this knowledge or you know more. So you will lose the interest, right? आपको लगेगा ये तो वो सब कुछ हो चुका है या ये सब वो बता रहे हैं जो हमें ऑलरेडी पता है या perhaps ज्यादा पता है हमने ऑलरेडी एक्सप्लोर किया हुआ है. So you lose the interest. That's what may happen with us as educators if we are not upgraded with all the the contemporary tools. And supposedly in this whole 9 sessions, we have tried to cover all the contemporary tools which are there, which are going to be there for at least next 5 years to 7 years. So you can keep on exploring them as much as you can during your lesson planning and your creativity when you try to bring it, right? Okay, so on that note, I also have a
good evening, sir.
Saurabh, yeah, Saurabh. Okay, first you go, then
मैंने सर एक कैनवा का सर अल्टरनेटिव भी देखा सर, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट डिजाइनर नाम से.
yes.
उसमें सर कैनवा की तरह ही सेम टू सेम है, पर उसमें सर हम टेक्स्ट डाल के कोई इमेज से शुरू कर सकते हैं.
Absolutely.
हमको बिल्कुल जीरो से शुरू नहीं करना पड़ता. हमको जैसा कोई पैम्पलेट बनाना है या कोई हमने पेज बनाना है तो हम उसके अंदर पहले टेक्स्ट डालेंगे, जो एआई के जनरेशन करके वो पहले से ही कुछ हेल्प कर देता है कि हमको जीरो से स्टार्ट नहीं करना पड़ता.
That's great, Saurabh. So this is how you will have to keep on exploring. So अगर आपको कोई नए tools मिलते जा रहे हैं, that's a good sign that you have started your own research work. Keep on doing that because this next whole decade is going to be, incredibly exciting in terms of new tools coming in, right? So keep that hunt on. Good work, Saurabh. Then we also studied about Wordall, a tool called Wordall. Who remembers it?
गुड इवनिंग सर.
Yeah, very good evening.
सर वर्ड वॉल में बेसिकली हम जब स्टूडेंट्स को पढ़ाते हैं पढ़ाने के
Just
बाद.
a second. Who's this? I am not able to get.
रूपांशी सर.
Okay, yeah, Rupanshi.
सर स्टूडेंट्स को पढ़ाने के बाद जब हम उनकी टेस्टिंग करते हैं तो हम वर्ड वॉल को एक इंटरैक्टिव और इंटरेस्टिंग वे में यूज कर सकते हैं. उस पर डिफरेंट तरह के वर्कशीट्स हैं जो बहुत ही इंटरैक्टिव वे में और फन वे में जो है हम उनको बता सकते हैं. बहुत सारी गेम्स के वेज में जैसे पजल्स हो गया.
That's great.
और क्विज जो है.
In fact, आप लोगों ने the lesson plans that you all have created, some of you have used some of these tools.
सर आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है.
Sorry, Vandana, am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
No, sir.
It's Arpit, it's perfectly fine. Maybe she has to readjust something.
Okay.
Otherwise,
आप म्यूट करके या फिर एक बार लॉग आउट करके आप वापस लॉग इन करें. Yeah, try moving out and then coming back, right? I am audible otherwise, right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
सर और वर्ड वॉल में मैंने एक ये भी चीज एक्सप्लोर की कि जो भी हम टेस्ट बना रहे हैं वो हम अपनी कन्वीनियंस के हिसाब से भी बना सकते हैं उसमें.
Exactly. So Wordall is again a good tool to use, right? It's good. In fact, as I was saying that we have gone through some of the lesson plans that you all shared, and a lot of you have actually utilized these tools in your plans itself as resources, which was amazing to see. So continue that as a habit. ठीक है, not just for the sake of कि हाँ ठीक है हमें lesson plan एक अच्छा submit करना था, so let's work on it. Inculcate that as a habit itself, right? Okay. Then we had spoken about designs.ai. Anyone? What did this tool do? Just raise your. Okay, Saipreet, go ahead.
Sir, it is we can use to make logos. Like online, we can create logos or themes, posters.
Absolutely. तो आप जब भी अपना कोई क्लास के अंदर कोई एंगेजिंग एक्टिविटी करना उससे पहले एक अच्छा पोस्टर क्रिएट करें उसका. Try to create some interest, some very curiosity filled poster.
Catchy poster.
Yeah, catchy posters. So all those designs you can actually do it from here on, some 2, 3, 5 clicks. and you will have things ready, which is good. Then we also spoke about TED platform. TEDx ka TED education. Right. So what is this?
सर ये स्पीकर्स हैं, मैंने ज्यादा तो नहीं एक्सप्लोर किया, मैं 5 मिनट्स की किसी की इंटरव्यू सुनी थी, वो टेक्निक्स के बारे में बता रहे थे टीचिंग की, कि आपने बोरिंग नहीं बनाना उसे। 5 ही मिनट मैंने सुना था, उसके बाद मैंने सोचा मैं सुनूं पर टाइम नहीं मिला। तो यहाँ पे स्पीकर्स हैं जिससे हम काफी चीजें सीख सकते हैं कि कैसे हमें, वो एक्सपीरियंस्ड होते हैं, अपने एक्सपीरियंस को भी काफी शेयर करते हैं, टीचिंग टूल्स बताते हैं, इंफॉर्मेशन देते हैं, काफी कुछ बताते हैं, जिससे हमें काफी नॉलेज मिल सकती है।
That's great. So across the globe, many educators are there on this platform on TED, and they are talking about their experiences of teaching and creating more engagement in the classrooms. TED is a great platform to learn ourselves, prepare your notes, include them in the teaching plans, get back to the students, and then deliver it. Right? So TED is a video resource of all the educators pool. Very good tool to use. Fantastic. Okay. Then we move ahead to O Labs. What was this tool?
Good evening, sir.
Okay, Niharika. Shachi. Yeah. Shachi, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, in O Labs, we can virtually do the science experiments. Using mouse clicks, the child can navigate the lab and do the experiments online.
Fantastic. Any other science experiment tool that we explored? Any other simulation tool you remember? Similar to O Labs or perhaps another version?
Sir, I think so. The Google Earth and Bhuvan, ISRO की Bhuvan site and NASA.
नहीं, वो थोड़ा अलग हो गया. Science experiments.
Sir, I'm not sure.
No problem. Anyone else who remembers?
So like ma'am told that we can pH value of any substance if we want to.
Yeah, that is what we can do using this O Labs as a tool or such tools. But if you remember any other tool, sorry.
Geopardy Labs.
Yes. Who's that? Rupanchi.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Yes, who's this? Say your name and then move.
Sir, Saurabh, sir.
हाँ, Saurabh.
सर मैंने सर O Lab सर यूज किया सर, ये वेबसाइट से चल रहा था ना सर, तो कई बार सर ये लैग कर रहा था, तो इसको यूज करना थोड़ा मुश्किल हो रहा था। तो सर इसके लिए कोई एप्लीकेशन है कि जो इसको इंस्टॉल करके सिमुलेशन इजी हो जाए?
हाँ, so अगर see it sometimes it depends on the bandwidth. उसी टाइम पे अगर उस particular website पे लोड है, but we also explored PhET simulations, PhET, PhET.
Yes.
है ना, ये मैंने स्क्रीन पे लिखा हुआ भी था, but I think आप लोगों ने उसको कैच नहीं किया. PhET simulations is one alternate of O Labs, and there are other many. So आप जब इन लोग को explore करेंगे, then perhaps you will end up finding others also. Right? Okay, good. At least we all remember all the tools that we have used. Tinkercad and Bamboozle. Anyone remembers? Tinkercad was a very interesting one.
Sir, Tinkercad was used for making robotic designs.
Correct. कैसे यूज करेंगे इसको आप? कभी किसी लेसन प्लान में या किसी सब्जेक्ट में यूज करना होगा तो?
सर इसको भी मैंने एक्सप्लोर नहीं किया है.
Okay. Fine. So I think Tinkercad is one tool which will be very interesting in the time to come. This next whole decade, AI is going to dominate, right? All of us know this. We are experiencing it. So when we start using Tinkercad, we will be the creators of AI then. We will be creating algorithms, we'll be creating logics on this platform. And then using that, we can actually solve any subject's problems. Right? और हमारे वो जो छोटे-छोटे robots आ जाएंगे थोड़े टाइम में, and those robots are less priced, basically, just Lego blocks robots. They will be executing your commands. Right? So students, it's so exciting for a child of grade 4, 5, 6, let's say, to give a command and see a machine working accordingly. Right or wrong? अभी अगर हम एक क्लैप ऐसे करें और लाइट्स ऑफ हो जाएं, we are also excited about it, ना? वो तो एक छोटा सा सेंसर है कि हम लाइट ऑन ऑफ कर रहे हैं क्लैपिंग करके. Now, if my machine starts working based on my instructions, it's even more amazing to see, right? So Tinkercad is one tool all of us as educators Tinkercad and tools like Tinkercad. We should get well versed with. Okay. Chat GPT. All of us know. God
Yes.
of AI.
Yes.
It has become God of AI. Okay. अच्छा मुझे कोई एक बेस्ट एग्जांपल बताओ आप लोगों ने जो चैट जीपीटी में किया हो.
सर मैं बताऊं?
नहीं वरना आप मत बताओ. एक बार किसी और को चांस देते हैं वरना I'll come to you back.
सर मैं बताऊं सर?
If no one else is there, then I'll come to you वरना.
सर
Saurabh.
मुझे सौरभ का ही बताना था.
Sorry, come again.
मुझे ना सौरभ का ही बताना था. सौरभ चैट जीपीटी में हमारा करिकुलम का एग्जाम था तो उसमें इसने क्वेश्चन किया था व्हाट इज अ करिकुलम, व्हाट इज अ प्रिंसिपल ऑफ करिकुलम, एंड देयर आर सो मेनी पॉइंट्स. इसने शेयर किया था ग्रुप में कि देखो ये जल्दी फटाफट कर लो, यहाँ सारे आंसर मिल रहे हैं.
ओके तो एक तो हो गया जो आप कॉपी पेस्ट वाला काम कर रहे हो अपना काम खत्म करने के लिए. और किसने क्या यूज किया चैट जीपीटी का भी?
सर हमने सर चैट जीपीटी के अलावा सर न्यू बीइंग सर आया एक माइक्रोसॉफ्ट का सर. सर वो भी यूज किया सर. उसमें थोड़े से एडवांस फीचर थे, क्रिएटिव वगैरह मिल जाता था. एक सर चैट जीपीटी को सर मैंने माइक्रोसॉफ्ट वर्ड के अंदर भी इंटीग्रेट करके एड ऑन में जाके ऐड किया तो डायरेक्ट वर्ड के अंदर हम उसको यूज कर पा रहे थे सर. स्पेलिंग चेक, ग्रामर चेंज, काफी कुछ सर एक्स्ट्रा फीचर्स आ रहे थे माइक्रोसॉफ्ट वर्ड के अंदर. फिर सर चैट जीपीटी का एक किसी ने इसका चैटबॉट बनाया व्हाट्सएप के लिए बीस्ट नाम से. सर मैंने वो भी यूज किया व्हाट्सएप के ऊपर. हम डायरेक्ट व्हाट्सएप से ही चैट जीपीटी को यूज कर पा रहे थे सर उससे.
तो थोड़े टाइम में सौरभ से बात करना मुश्किल हो जाएगा. सौरभ का कोई ना कोई वर्जन बात कर रहा होगा हमसे. ओके.
Good evening, sir.
यूज करते हुए yes Amrinder, let me just put this question also on top of chat gpt. While you were using chat gpt, any particular challenge you think will be there? Amrinder, add on.
Yes, sir. So can you please repeat?
So one, you tell me about a used case of chat gpt that you did, which was something out of the box. Second, what do you think can be a challenge in terms of you using chat gpt or you talking about it to the students?
ओके सर चैट जीपीटी का मैंने यूज किया कि जैसे मैं अभी ट्यूशन दे रही हूँ बच्चों को, तो उसमें क्या है कि काफी टॉपिक्स ऐसे हैं जिनकी क्लियर अंडरस्टैंडिंग या बेसिक लेवल कहीं ना कहीं डाउट्स रह जाते थे मेरे भी. अगर मुझे नहीं क्लियर होंगे तो मैं आगे क्लियरली नहीं बता पाती ना उनको. तो मैं चैट जीपीटी से जैसे मेरे सामने एक टीचर बैठा हुआ है और मैं उससे जो मेरे मन में आ रहा है क्वेश्चन वो मैं उससे पूछ सकती हूँ. तो मेरे अंदर जैसे जहां डाउट आता है मैं उससे वही चैट जीपीटी पे लिख देती हूँ और वो मुझे उसी फॉर्म में आंसर फ्रेम करके दे देता है. एंड आई एम थैंकफुल कि उसकी वजह से मैं
and I believe that's a very good example of personalization. So this is for all of us. When students are giving certain responses, see, for a particular question which has open-ended limitations, right? Any question which is open-ended, students will have different kind of answers. Now, based on those different kind of answers, you need to cross-question them to take their levels higher, right? तो जो बच्चे का जो आंसर आ रहा है उसी आंसर को अगर आप चैट जीपीटी के थ्रू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन क्रिएट करेंगे, you will have a different set of question coming in, right?
Yes.
So if you've got 25 students, in like 10-15 minutes, you will have a test paper for all those 25 differently, which is something which is very important, because based on one question, 2 question, 10 question, I cannot judge everyone's capability.
yes.
Right? So fantastic use of it. Okay, so I think chat GPT all of us have started to use. I'll give you one use case which we did very recently. There was an agreement which we were supposed to sign between our company and another company. The guys at the other end said that the language that you have used is quite heavily legal language. Can you please simplify this? Right. So for us to simplify that language, what we did is copy pasted that text into chat GPT and gave chat GPT a command that you are a legal advisor and this is the text that you have to simplify for a layman to understand. Right, so ChatGPT converted that into a very simplified language, and which worked for us. So there will be many used cases which will ease out your efforts, save a lot of time, and then you can put that time and effort more into creativity.
So we can create riddles using ChatGPT.
Sorry, come again.
So we can create riddles to using ChatGPT. Like before introducing any topic, we can create a riddle just to create interest in students.
Absolutely. So it's good. I think overall, if I have to see all the tools that we had covered, most of you remember it and remember it well. It's just about making a habit of utilizing these digital tools on and off, so that it saves your time, it increases your productivity, it increases the engagement in the classrooms, right? Okay, let's move forward. तो हमने जब ये इतने सारे tools को जब हम use करेंगे अपने regular day-to-day affairs में, you know, there is a need of a stable mind, you know, and that's where the session by Dr. Anand Atur was done on mindfulness. And I personally attended the whole session, understanding the difference between mindfulness, mindfulness, and mindlessness. So it was really nice. I think all of us should be very much aware about our emotional quotient, about our emotional intelligence. How well are we taking up things? What all we have to digest and what we have to keep ourselves at bay with, right? So after this, today, let's move to today's agenda, and which is primarily on something on technology we will be talking about. But at the same time, since we have spoken about mindfulness, one of the prime aspects of mindfulness is to create this whole planet a place to live in, a place to look forward to, because that's our home, right? While we were exploring Google Earth, I had said this, कि कभी अगर राजस्थान में प्रॉब्लम हुआ, I can rush to हरियाणा. राजस्थान हरियाणा को प्रॉब्लम हुआ, we can rush to तमिलनाडु. तीनों को कोई प्रॉब्लम हुआ, we can rush to नागालैंड. चारों को प्रॉब्लम हुआ, पूरे इंडिया को प्रॉब्लम हुआ, we can run to UAE, come here. UAE को इंडिया को प्रॉब्लम हो गया, we can run to another continent. पूरे अर्थ को अगर प्रॉब्लम हो गया, then where to go, right? So we are a lonely planet in this universe, and this planet has been formed on a geological time scale, right? इसको millions of years लगे हैं बनने में, लेकिन इसको खराब जो हमने किया है वो हमने किया है historical time scale में. Historical time scales होती हैं 100 years, 200 years, 500 years, और geological time scales होती हैं 1 million years, 5 million years, 1 billion years, right? तो वो इतना टाइम जो बनने में लगा, जो millions and billions of years बनने में लगे चीजों को, वो हमने historical time scale में 100, 200, 500 years में उसको पूरे तरीके से spoil कर दिया. And that's where I think as educators, we have to play the biggest role in making this planet sustainable, in not overburdening the planet with whatever we are doing. So thankfully, people thought about it 10 years back itself, and then they came up with the Sustainable Development Goals for the world, right? All the 17 Sustainable Development Goals in and out focus on creating a sustainable ecosystem for the nature as well as for the human resources on the planet, ताकि सब लोग जो हैं वो ढंग से साथ में इस इकोसिस्टम में रह सकें, आने वाली जनरेशंस को प्रॉब्लम ना हो. Now for us to be doing this, क्या हमारा एम रहना चाहिए कि हमारा हर जो लेक्चर जो हम क्लास के अंदर जा रहे हैं, वो हर लेक्चर किसी ना किसी सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल को टारगेट करना चाहिए, राइट? उसके लिए हमें पहले सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स के साथ अवेयर होना पड़ेगा. We should know what this no poverty, and within no poverty, you know, what kind of impact are we expecting? What is the objective of it? What are the outcomes expected? क्या actual में problem है poverty का across the globe? We should be aware of it. उसके लिए हमारे पास United Nations Sustainable Development Goals की website है. We can definitely go through each point one by one. That should be a research work. Okay, so that's a food for thought which I'm giving you, that all these 17 Sustainable Development Goals, if tomorrow somebody comes and asks you, okay, let's talk about quality education as a sustainable development goal, you should be in a position to speak at least 2 to 3 hours on this, right? That much of research is required for you to be a great educator. See, हमने first session में बात की थी जब when we were doing this orientation, to ask a question to ourselves, whether do we want to become an educator or a great educator, right? There is a whole difference of the psychology between the two. Educators, all of us are. Great educators will require great efforts, right? तो अब अगर हमें quality education के बारे में बात करनी है, तो what is quality education right from grassroots levels to the upper levels in the hierarchy is something which we should know about. What kind of challenges our country is facing, what kind of challenges other countries are facing, the world is facing. We should be aware about this. Then basically we will transform ourselves when we're talking about, you know, capacity building for transformative education. So when we will be transforming ourselves, we will be becoming global educators from local educators. Right? Abhi hum sab kya hai? Local educators. We are very much localized. But when we get to know about these things in details, we become global educators, because then your whole horizon increases. Hum bade scale pe kaam karenge. Got it? So take this as a home assignment, which we should be doing over a period of time, because it's definitely going to take you a lot of time to cover all these 17. But first pick the ones which interest you first. ठीक है, कभी कभी एक अंदर से कॉल आता है ना कि यार पूरे प्लैनेट पे ना कोई भूखा नहीं मरना चाहिए, राइट? कोई भी हो उसको कम से कम खाने को मिल जाए सोने से पहले. सो जीरो हंगर, टारगेट जीरो हंगर, पढ़ो जीरो हंगर के बारे में सब कुछ. ठीक है, उसके बाद you will be able to align your own set of instructions for the students also. And then we never know कि कब कहाँ कौन सा कोई एक ऐसा प्रोजेक्ट या ऐसा बच्चा निकल के आ जाए जो बहुत बड़ा चेंज कर दे पूरे दुनिया में, राइट? सो डू दैट विद ड्यू डिलिजेंस. और इसको करने के लिए we have many tools which will make your life easy. So let's move ahead on that and let's do a sample activity. Are we all ready? Just give a thumbs up, or in chat box you can just write Y for yes.
On YouTube chat box we have disabled for them.
Okay. So can you all access the YouTube? I think on the top left there is this icon of live, YouTube live on the Zoom itself. You can click there and quickly start typing it. And I'll also cross check. मिल गया सबको YouTube पे जाने का तरीका?
Yes, sir. We are already there.
Oh, you're already there. Okay, that's great. Okay. Yeah, so some responses have started to come. So let's do the sample activity. I'm going to play a video around 5 to 7 minutes. Just listen to it very carefully, okay?
Hello, I'm Stefan Weinbrock. I'm with the World Water Assessment Program of UNESCO that I'm directing.
Anyone who's not able to hear the audio properly, so there are subtitles also given, the translations, go through it, right? Okay.
I'm also a professor at Delft University of Technology and IG Delft. In this module, I would like to speak about the linkages between ecological processes and water. But before I go to the ecological processes, I would like to say a few words to describe a couple of key challenges related to ecological processes, but key challenges for water, global water resources. Globally, we see that the demand for water has been increasing over the last 30 years. We have increased our withdrawal rate every year by roughly 1%, and it's likely to continue in the coming decades. Roughly, globally, we use almost 70% of the water for agriculture, some 19% for industry, including energy production, and 12% for domestic water use. And this is all likely to increase in the coming years, while the relative percentage of agriculture probably will reduce, while the other two are over proportionally increasing. This increase in water demand results in an increase in water scarcity. Already now, it is estimated that some 3.6 billion people, that's nearly half the global population, live in areas where potentially water scarcity is so strong that for 1 month per year, this population needs cannot be satisfied. And this
just pausing it here for a while. Who can tell me what's the population of the planet right now?
3.6 billion.
3.6.
देखो ये तो वाली बात हो गई, नकल में भी अकल चाहिए, right? So whosoever was that, I think you answered it too quickly. Just correct your answers. YouTube पे भी लिख सकते हो आप, वहाँ पे भी those who are there do write it there, but those who are here can just unmute and let me know. Raise your hand first and then unmute once I call your name. अभी कई लोग तो फटाफट गूगल पे सर्च कर रहे हैं, पॉपुलेशन हो गई कितनी है पता नहीं. We are one of the largest contributors to population on the planet, right? ये काम हमने बड़े अच्छे से किया है पिछले 50-60 साल में. And we are not aware of the total population on the planet. कितने लोग हैं हम लोग? Yeah, quickly, somebody should answer. Yes, Niharika.
So maybe 7.5 billion.
7
Yes, 7.
Yeah, you are close. So we are in that range, somewhere around 7.4, 7.5 billion put together.
7.84.
7.84 billion. Okay. As we speak, अभी कुछ और हो गए होंगे ना, numbers increase. Okay. So 7.4, 7.8 billion people, out of which the people, 3.6 billion, close to half, 45% of the people living on the planet, they live in water scarce areas. Right? So you can just imagine a situation. We are all privileged enough to be staying in those places wherein we don't face scarcity of water. आपको जब पानी पीना है, आपके पास अवेलेबल है पीने का पानी. आपको जब नहाना है, आपको जब किसी पेड़ों में पानी देना है, आपको कुछ साफ सफाई के लिए पानी को यूज करना है, आपके पास अवेलेबल है पानी. Right? Half of the population lives in that area wherein they have to struggle to get a bucket of water. Right? So it's a huge problem. Now what happens is, when we speak about water scarcity in isolation, perhaps we talk about it in an isolated affair, we are not able to relate to it. Anytime you add any particular facts and numbers, right numbers, then you make an association with that topic, right? You will start thinking about it. अब जैसे मैंने आपको बोला कि दुनिया में 7.84 बिलियन लोग हैं, 740 करोड़ लोग हैं, 750 करोड़ लोग हैं, उसमें से 360 करोड़ लोग जो हैं उनके पास पानी की अवेलेबिलिटी नहीं है. Now this is a big question mark on the whole planet कि हमने इतना ज़्यादा जो है population expansion हो गया है, the pressure on the planet is too much. So what are the measures that we are going to take to tackle it? Right? Now that becomes a food for thought. That becomes a question mark wherein you can now create certain activities and questions and proactive quizzes for the students to ponder upon, if that's one topic which you have to deal with. Okay, so like this, my purpose of opening this video are threefolded. Number one, we should always be including certain facts, figures, and real-time statistics in our sessions wherever required. Number two, this kind of documentary, the whole scripting, you can actually create your own documentaries using tools like ChatGPT or some tools which Saurabh also mentioned, Microsoft tool and other tools. So आप खुद के scripts बनाएं, heavily documented scripts बनाएं, अच्छे scripts बनाएं, अच्छा data उसमें use करें, and then go back to your classrooms, right? आपको जो images चाहिए use करने के लिए अपनी presentations के लिए, we are today also going to see some of those tools. So how to create those powerful presentations wherein you can create an impact, right? जब तक आप बच्चों के वो कहते हैं ना दिलों में नहीं घुस जाओगे ना, you are not going to touch the right chord in their hearts. You will not be able to create an impact. आप education तो deliver कर दोगे, learning deliver नहीं कर पाओगे, right? So that's a huge difference, right? So try to make utilization of such tools and such data.
Education ऐसी हो कि बच्चा टाइम की तरफ ना देखे कि कब लेक्चर ओवर होगा.
No, exactly. In fact, Sahib, I will just add a little bit on top of it. एक example मैं आपको बताता हूँ. We did a 12 hours maths marathon. This was in 2021. A continuous 12 hours online. It started at 9 a.m. It ended at 9 p.m. People across the globe participated in it, which means some of them were in their day schedule, but some of them were in their night schedule as well, right? For all the 12 hours, the number of participants initially were around 994. And by the time the session ended, I think 13 were not there. So it was somewhere around 980 for all the 12 hours. Now, this experiment which we did was to see how much can a mathematical, any subject's content engage the audience. तो जब बोलते हैं maths बहुत numbers वाला subject है, mathematics is very abstract, it's all about equations, numbers, geometrical figures, real life connection नहीं होता है. So how do you create that interest? So when you can create an interest for a subject, technical or abstract subject like mathematics for 12 hours, you can practically create interest for any subject across the globe. right? And that is where I think technology plays immense important role. So ठीक है, इसको use करते हुए हम आगे चलते हैं. Just watch this video for a minute and a half more because you have a quiz followed up.
This number is likely to increase to about 5 billion by 2050. It's global water scarcity for surface water as well as groundwater. And what we also see that the hotspots of water scarcity becoming more pronounced, becoming even hotter. 1/3 of the biggest groundwater systems are already in distress. Furthermore, there are a number of water-related risks. Let's look at the examples for floods. Floods have accounted for 47% of all weather-related disasters over the last 25 years, and in a total of 2.3 billion people have been affected. And likely that will continue that rate, while the total number of casualties has reduced over the last decades due to better warning and flood management systems. We see that the economic costs are still escalating. Furthermore, we expose us more and more to flooding. Also through urbanization, that's another process that has been accelerating over the last years. And we have now more than 50% of the global population living in urban areas. And an additional 2.3 billion are expected to live in cities by 2050. More people, more demand for water results in this increase of water, and that also results in more wastewater. Of the 70% that is used for agriculture, almost half of that is discharged back to the environment, often without treatment. The same is true for the water use in the municipal sector or in industry and energy. More than 50% of the water withdrawals there are discharged back to the environment. This results that if we include everything, urban runoff, agricultural runoff, municipal industries, and energy and water for energy, that over 80% of the world's wastewater is released back to the environment without proper treatment. This has
80% of the water being used is thrown back to the environment without treatment, right? So a very terrible fact to see, a very horrific data statistics to visualize. Anyway, let's have a question around it. All of you have got your mobile phones, right? Okay. Just scan this QR quickly. Scan this QR code, and those who cannot scan the QR code, I have the link at the bottom. You can just type that link. Okay, so has everyone opened the link? You can just give me a thumbs up like this, or maybe just raise your hand, or just type yes on YouTube.
Sir,
Yes.
it's showing sorry, but this presentation is no longer active.
Yes, sir.
Oh, is it? Wait, this
Yes, sir.
is not active. Wait.
So it is showing I want to enter a new code.
Just a moment. Did the status change? Can you all try now?
So it's same.
It's same?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It is still showing you that it's inactive.
Yes, sir. Sorry, but this presentation is no longer active.
Just a moment. I'll just stop sharing my screen. I will create a link once again and share it back with you. I think I left it open for more than 2-3 hours, so perhaps it happened. Just a moment. So I'll share the link once again. Let me recreate it. Okay. Copy link. Yeah, copied it. All right, guys. No moment. So I'll be displaying the link and the QR code again. And then you try it out once. Okay, I'm done. Try it out now.
Yes, sir, it's working now.
It's working now. So I'm a good debugger, huh? See, मैंने आपसे बात करते करते क्या क्या किया मैं आपको बताता हूँ. I created a new link, I created a new QR code, I downloaded the QR code as a PNG, I copy pasted that QR PNG into this presentation by replacing the previous one. So almost around 6-7 steps I did. No, that's the way you have to be fluent with using the tools, right? Okay. Okay. So I now believe all of you are there in the quiz. Let me just go there and check what exactly are you guys doing. ओके सो अभी आपके सभी के मोबाइल स्क्रीन पे या कंप्यूटर पे ये फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन आ रहा होगा.
सर.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ओके ऑल राइट, आप लोग आना शुरू हो गए हो. दीज आर ऑल ऑफ यू आई थिंक ना, आपको अपने अपने आइकन समझ में आ रहे होंगे, विच इज गुड. 16 players are ready. Even more, 17 players are ready. Okay, I'll just wait. Yeah, all of you are joining. That's great to see. 20 players are ready now. Okay, so here we go. 22 players are ready. Wow, all of you started to join with all the different icons. Looks nice. You have to answer fast to get more points. Yeah, go ahead. Okay. So I received 5 correct responses and 3 incorrect responses. Only 8 of you could answer it within 5 seconds of time. Now let's see who are these 8. Okay, so the question was, what percentage of global consumption of water is used for agriculture? The correct answer is 70%. And 2 of you answered 30%, 1 of you answered 50%. So the momentum of the class is okay because most of you have answered it correctly. Let's move forward and see the leaderboard scores. Big round of applause for Amrinder, Tripti, Kriti, Savitas, and Saloni. 5 of you have answered it correctly. Thumbs up for you. And you have answered it in the shortest time. And Amrinder has answered in the shortest of all. So, sir, one is this prize for today. Amrinder, big round of applause for you. You win 1 prize for today's response.
We all can unmute our mic for a minute and we can clap so that we get energy also. Come on. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
So, कोई अपना फीडबैक देगा अभी ये जो पिछले 5 मिनट में हुआ, क्या लगा, क्या हुआ यहाँ पे अभी? Anyone?
Sir, it was a good activity considering that it kind of pumped you up and you had to answer very quickly. So you had to be like, oh my God, what is happening? I have to be on my toes. So that was one of those things.
Okay, yes, yes.
Sir, I feel it is similar to quizzes.com. It is similar to that and it develops competitive spirit in the child. And we can have an evaluation session at the end of our class using this menti.com.
Absolutely, absolutely. So now I'll add a little bit on top of it. So Menti, what it does is it plays around all the data sets. Unlike the other quizzing platforms, this one is a place wherein any statistical data, you will have some great visualizations. Many templates are there. I mean, I believe infinite number of visualizations are there. Quickly, you will be able to analyze, judge a particular data set, and the leaderboards can be created. Right? तो आप क्या करते हो? आपने कोई भी एक सेशन कराया, immediately बीच में एक quiz incorporate किया, and you get to know the momentum before moving forward. And now what happens is, some of you who were sleeping till now will get active. कि यार ये तो next अभी वापस जो second quiz आना है उसमें I'll be active. I'll try to take the next prize. Right? Students में और ज़्यादा creativity हो जाएगी when you do it in the classrooms live. And just try to give them a chocolate shaped icon. And they will be happy about it. आप उनके notebook में सिर्फ एक आइसक्रीम बना दो, and they will be like, मेरी मैम ने मुझे आइसक्रीम दिया because I performed in the class, right? So like that, I think these tools can be used. Menti.com, MENTI, Menti.com, amazing free tool for educators, right? All the visualizations of data sets, creating quizzes around it, and then creating leaderboard scores for your students. Utilize this tool. Okay, that's great. Let's move back to our presentation. We have another activity. Okay. तो अभी हमने क्या किया? अभी हमने एक वीडियो देखा, हमने उसके ऊपर एक क्विज किया. Let's do a simulation, right? How many of you are aware of this beautiful tool? EduMedia. किसी ने सुना है तो just raise your hand quickly. जिसने नहीं सुना है, raise your hands quickly. अच्छा, हाँ, अभी सबके हाथ खड़े हो रहे हैं. और जिनके ना सुनने में है और जिनने नहीं सुना है, और वो कौन से स्टेज वाले लोग हैं? जितने लोग ज़ॉम्बी मोड में हैं अभी, प्लीज कम बैक टू सेंसेस. Since your cameras are not on, some of your cameras are not on, I am not able to figure it out. अच्छा guys, it's been almost what? अभी हमें बात करते करते almost 1 घंटा हो गया है, right? An hour now. ऐसे कौन से लोग हैं जिन्होंने 1 घंटे में या तो खुद को या खुद की पीछे की सेटिंग को ठीक नहीं किया है अभी तक? And why are you hiding by turning your cameras off?
सर मैंने नहीं ठीक किया कुछ भी.
आप तो आप शुरू से ऐसे बैठे हो, नहीं वो ठीक है, नहीं, बट किन्हीं ने जिनने कैमरा ऑफ कर रखा है, आई एम अज्यूमिंग कि कोई ना कोई ऐसा रीजन होगा पीछे जिसके कारण कैमरा ऑफ है. हम सब टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करने वाले लोग हैं, राइट? हमें तो बहुत ज्यादा अवेयर होना है टेक्नोलॉजी को सही तरीके से कैसे यूज करना है. ज़ॉम्बी मोड में नहीं चले जाना है कि कैमरा ऑफ करके कहीं सोए पड़े हैं. ऑल राइट. शिवांगी कह रही नहीं सर मैं जगी भी तो हूं, बट हाँ आपने कैमरा ऑन करवा दिया. Okay, all right. Anjali is back on the camera. Abhilash is there. Rankita is there. Savita, Sunaina. Now everyone is there. तो कहाँ छुप के बैठे थे सब कैमरा ऑफ करके? ऐसे ही रहो सामने, पता चलते रहेगा ना, रिस्पॉन्सेस पता चलते रहते हैं. All right. Okay, that's great. So EduMedia. EduMedia is one tool wherein you will find a lot of simulations. हमने पहले सिर्फ साइंस से रिलेटेड सिमुलेशंस की बात की, जहाँ पे we explored a tool called FET simulation. हमने OLabs को देखा, हमने GeoGebra को देखा मैथमेटिक्स के लिए. Now this is EduMedia. Various concepts of life sciences, astronomy, earth sciences, chemistry, technology, environment and ecology, physics, mathematics, mathematical physics are given as games and kind of small simulations. और मजे की बात ये है, इसके ऊपर आप एनोटेट करके इसको सेव कर सकते हैं, राइट? तो अभी हमने वाटर स्कार्सिटी पे एक छोटा सा वीडियो देखा था, एंड वी डिड अ क्वेश्चन ऑन इट. तो हम यहाँ पे टाइप कर दें वाटर. Okay, so let me just type water and see क्या क्या आता है water से. So can we see many results coming in? Right, so we can be like, water is a broader term, but we can be as specific as we want to be. So let's say water purification. अभी बच्चों को water purification process समझाना है, Can anyone explain that? How is water purified? Let's say I get water from the oceanic bodies or a sea around, or if I have a sewage water with me, how does it get purified? What is the process? कोई explain करेगा? आप जो पानी पीते हो, आपके पास तक जब वो पानी आता है, वो क्या प्रोसेस है? Sorry, somebody was saying something.
The reverse osmosis.
Be a little louder. You are not clear. Raise your hand first so that I know who's there. और बाकी लोगों ने जिन्होंने हैंड्स रेस कर रखे हैं वो नहीं वाले क्वेश्चन पे वो वापस डाउन करें. Okay. Yeah. Who wants to answer? Just raise your hand quickly. And Tripti and Parash, Saloni, Komal, Sonali, Padma, Niharika, Renu, Shivangi again, Shachi. Try to be there on the camera so that, you know, I also get that momentum of talking to you. Okay. So let's say, water कैसे purify होता है? कोई weird answer तो दो. कुछ भी गलत होगा, सही होगा, we will see.
So basically, first the physical process is done where you remove the physical things from the water, and then you do the chemical process where everything is removed from there, and then it comes into the houses, and then the purification is done with the ROs and everything.
Okay, broadly we touched the aspects, right? तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे when we try to teach this as a process to students, right? अभी आप लोग क्यों नहीं रिकॉल कर पा रहे हो? Most of us क्यों नहीं कर पा रहे हैं? Because हमें वो visualization नहीं है, ये होता कैसे होगा? हो सकता है हमने कहीं किसी बुक में कभी पढ़ा होगा, but we don't remember that, right? और उसका reason है why we don't remember that is because we could never visualize this. And a water purification process, unless and until you have a distillation plant's video recorded, process step by step, it gets really tricky, right? And not just this, any concept as such. So what we should be doing is come to this particular portal, search for your keyword, search for your concept, and open that. ठीक है, अभी आपको देखने को मिलेगा step by step process of any particular workflow. Let me play this. So first is screening. So the technical terms also we should use. If I want to remove it and add my own annotations on top of it, you have these tools available. इसी के ऊपर आप लिखो और समझाओ सब कुछ. Right? So on the animation itself, you will be able to do it. आप explain करो what is this process. Right? यहाँ से flocculation process पे कोई quiz create करना है तो use a quiz tool, उसको integrate कर दो. Got it? So like this, sorry, just a second. Oh, I didn't log in. Actually, you can log in using your Gmail ID or something, and then keep on using this tool. So EduMedia is one such tool wherein you can annotate on the animations. And all the animations are not just videos recorded, they are step-by-step process videos. और उनको आप डाउनलोड कर सकते हो as screenshots or as PDFs. So after all your annotations, whatever you have done, right? Wait, let me just log in. Okay. So I'll stop this one. We'll move forward. So whatever annotations you do, so there is an option to click an image, take a screenshot, or download it as a PDF, and then you can share it further. Right? So utilize this tool, especially science teachers, technology teachers, mathematics, geography, all the subjects, physics teachers, chemistry. You can make extensive use of it. Even the environmental science in the early grades, it's a very good tool. Okay, so today we are going to explore 7 new tools. Okay, हर tool के बारे में मैं थोड़ा सा बताऊंगा, and it's a food for thought for you to explore it more. How many of us have heard about Powtoon? जैसे कार्टून होता है वैसे ही पावर टून. Let's see what it does. तो आज हमने एक छोटा सा वीडियो बनाया पॉटून पे. I'll just play it for you. Yeah, is it visible? सबको आवाज भी आ रही है? Okay.
Yes,
so,
sir.
fine. So I created with my name only, and let me just play it. अभी कोई एक एरर हुआ इस वीडियो में. Could anyone identify that? थोड़ा सा फास्ट चल रहा है वीडियो बिकॉज अभी मैंने टाइमलाइन को सेट नहीं किया. But yes.
It was for John instead of poor Arpit.
Poor John.
Fantastic. किसी ने तो पकड़ा उसे. Okay. Poor John. देखा यहाँ पे कहीं ना. All these videos, this is a tool wherein you can create multiple videos within fractions of seconds. As we speak, I can create videos of my genre. So let's say मेरे को वीडियो के अंदर ही इस टाइटल को चेंज करना है, ये पुअर जॉन को हटाना है. I had deliberately done that ताकि आपको पता चले how do we do it, right? नाम को कुछ चेंज करना है, कोई नया आइकन ऐड करना है. There are many tools around it, which right now I'm not exploring, but I'm just trying to give you an idea. अब सही है?
Yes, sir.
पुअर अर्पित का रोता हुआ शक्ल और सब कह रहे हैं हाँ सही है. Okay, but the whole idea is आपका कोई भी छोटा सा भी content, you can start or you can end, or in the middle of your session you can include such videos. Those humor filled videos or some concept level videos can be easily done. या आप 2 characters को ले सकते हो, आप खुद का image upload कर सकते हो. So right now I've used the emoji icon here. You can upload your own image instead of this. Right? Anything can be done for that matter. So it has got like all the editing tools available around it. The video can be downloaded. The video can be played just as a MP4, anything, you can download it as a. ठीक है. So ये वाला जो मैंने वीडियो बनाया था, and I'll be very honest with you, all of you, it was done in less than a minute. Right? So फटाफट से, because there are many templates available. आपको कौन से template पे क्या create करना है, you just give your little bit of inputs and then you can create such excitement in the class. Okay. So this is one very interesting tool which you can explore. At the same time, let me just go back to this. This tool is called Screencast. Screencast is basically not a tool, it is an extension. It is a Google Chrome extension. Right? When you download this extension, then anything that you do on screen, you can record that as a video. So sometimes when you are doing some presentations, you want to explain it, it's basically creating your own digital library. So you can turn the camera on, you are visible on the selfie mode. You can turn the screen on and then you can start recording. Just turn on this module. So it gets recorded as a video. Now that whole video is basically a repository. Now, whatever you do on the screen, whether you are using a simulation or a tool or you want to explain anything, that video, you can then further pass it on to your students, right? So you can create your own resource pool for this. Now, as educators, you should definitely have your YouTube channels, right? Create your own YouTube channel. Now on that YouTube channel, whatever resource material that you are creating, put it on that. So this is a very good tool to capture your screen in the high resolution formats, and then it can be uploaded with easiness. So you will not have to use certain tools like, perhaps, or like you enter into a Zoom and then start the recording, then it gets saved. There are a lot of hassles in that. You will have to share a screen to look yourself. Instead of doing any of that, just start using a tool called Screencast. Screencast-O-Matic. That's the tool's name. There are certain other tools also, but this one is one of the most convenient ones.
विंडोज का सर जी दबा के भी सर डायरेक्ट रिकॉर्ड कर सकते हैं स्क्रीन को.
Sorry, come again.
सर अगर हम वीडियो रिकॉर्ड करना चाहते हैं स्क्रीन को, तो सर विंडोज प्लस जी दबा कर सर डायरेक्ट विंडोज में यूज कर सकते हैं स्क्रीन रिकॉर्ड.
करेक्ट वो भी है, बट इसमें आपको है ना वो रेजोल्यूशंस वगैरह डायरेक्टली मिल जाते हैं यूट्यूब वाले, so that you can upload it directly. Right, so that's one advantage. Second is it even records your video along with it. तो आपको अगर खुद का वीडियो भी साथ में चाहिए तो वो एक पैच है अवेलेबल, so it becomes like kind of a lecture getting recorded. Okay, so कैसे भी, I think yes, if you're aware of Windows direct recording, that's good enough. Otherwise, Screencast is a very good tool. अच्छा, ये वाला आइकन किसने देखा है? Black with white dots. Which tool is this? Anyone? अच्छा, अगर ये आइडेंटिफाई करना हो ये इमेज कौन सा है, and right now I don't click on it and I don't open it. How will we do that? कैसे सर्च करोगे इस इमेज को गूगल पे या कहीं पे भी?
गूगल लेंस से.
गुड, किसने दिया आंसर?
सौरभ.
सौरभ, मुझे गूगल लेंस से यूज करके बताओ तो ये कौन सा टूल है फटाफट.
सर एक सेकंड, स्क्रीनशॉट लेना है.
हाँ बिल्कुल लीजिए. Google Lens is another AI technology which is very useful, especially the ones who love to travel. Right, so when I go outside somewhere and I'm not able to figure it out क्या लिखा हुआ है यहाँ पे, because sometimes it's written in French, sometimes it's written in Arabic, sometimes it is Jordanian, Jordanian Arabic. So every time you end up seeing something which you are not able to recognize. Open Google Lens Lens Live, it will immediately translate it for you or find that image for you, right? Which is a very interesting thing. I'll give you one example. तो आप लोग इन चीजों, इन एलिमेंट्स को ना एजुकेशन के अंदर इनकॉर्पोरेट करें इन टूल्स को, so that students they become skillful, right? So I was in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia, and we booked a hotel. So when we reached the hotel, that place, there were many hotels around it, and everything was written in Arabic on all the hotels. तो हमें तो समझ में नहीं आया घुसना कौन से होटल में, right? So 3-4 of us were there and we were just trying to talk to each other कि हमने कौन सा बुक करा दिया, यहाँ तो everything is written in Arabic. अब एक एक होटल में जा जाके पूछें, फोन हम कर नहीं पा रहे थे because जो phone numbers उसमें I think our outgoing perhaps was not active or what, but we were not able to reach the hotel. Finally, one of the guy was able to reach the hotel also, and then he also explained कि यहाँ पे आ जाओ वहाँ पे आ जाओ, but we were not able to understand which hotel is that. And then somehow immediately, it clicked. Yeah, let's try to use Google Lens. We opened Google Lens, took it in front of those hotel boards, and it started to translate them immediately. Like, so Hotel Hyatt Regency or Hotel this or Hotel that started to come. And then it was very easy for us to do it, right? So those kind of incorporations you can bring in, you should know. Okay, Saurabh, mila iska?
Sir, Perplexity AI का नाम से सर इस पे आ रहा है.
Perfect. Big round of applause for Saurabh, and a prize goes to Saurabh, sir.
It's not Saurabh, it's Abhilash.
It's Abhilash? Okay, it's Abhilash. This one is Abhilash.
Okay. Unmute the mics and let's clap for him. Come on.
Good job, Abhilash. Good job.
Risha ma'am, it is Abhilash.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay.
Abhilash it was you, na?
Yes,
Abhilash?
madam. Yes, madam.
Okay. Ji.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, so we go to perplexity.ai. Let's verify ourselves that we are humans, and we will enter in. अभी हम लोग पिछले कुछ दिनों से बहुत चैट जीपीटी कर रहे हैं ना, राइट? So let's have a good competitor in place. Okay. Now this perplexity.ai answers your queries more specifically, more categorically, and it includes different kind of resources also. So ChatGPT kya hai? It's a language tool. And this one is not just a language tool, but it's basically a search engine merged with a language tool, right? Now, example, if I have to ask something, for example, okay, create a document on water scarcity. Okay. So can you create? Basically, in ChatGPT, you can give a command, and in perplexity, you have to give a question. You have to ask a question. Can you create a document on water scarcity? Which is kind of giving a command. I'm diplomatically giving a command to this, right? So you have to be smart enough to be using these AI tools, right? अगर मैं इसको directly बोलूँगा create a document on water scarcity, it will throw me some absurd results. तो मैंने इसको question पूछ लिया कि ऐसे कर सकते हो क्या? अब देखते हैं क्या होता है. Okay, sorry. Let me just go a little bit. ठीक है, चलो इसको explain करो. So you can see that there are multiple features here. One is internet, one is academic, one is news, one is YouTube, Reddit, Wikipedia. They have given separate plugs. Now, when I'm asking the same question once again, can you create a document on water scarcity? Okay. So the difference between the difference here is that it not just creates that document, but will give you all the references also and all the related items. So you can see that there is one reference from the United Nations. There are two references from UN Water Treaty, must be something. Another reference is from DNI. Then you have references from Relief Web, and you have references from WA. We can open and see it also. What is this? So there is a reference from this document. Right now, as an academic person, as an educator, whenever you are putting any particular data anywhere, so if you can give the glossary, if you can just give all the bibliography, the references, your document becomes authentic, right? So Perplexity adds a value in terms of giving you where exactly the information is coming from. Okay. So as educators, I would advise whenever we are trying to ask a question, try to use this as a platform. It's much better because it's going to give you all the references where it is deriving the answers from, so that you will never go wrong with your data and the facts. That's number one. Second is, अभी इसी पे ना अभी हम चल के कुछ YouTube से निकालते हैं. For example, water scarcity. Let me go to YouTube first. Water scarcity. Now see what it has done is it has created a article also on it. If I would have given a better question, it would have done a better article, plus everything related with that article from the YouTube. So now all the repository of YouTube videos which are at one place, this particular tool is reading all those the content coverage of those videos, और उसके अंदर से निकाल के ये आपको पूरा text बना के दे रहा है. Now this is something super awesome. Now just imagine you have a video. या तो आपको पहले वो पूरा वीडियो देखना पड़ेगा उसको समझने के लिए, और वैसे 10 वीडियो होंगे, किसी ने किसी चीज पे बना रखा है, किसी ने किसी, but all of them are related to particular topics. So rather than me going to those 10-20 videos, I will ask Perplexity to do that. तो ये वो 10-20 वीडियोस को फटाफट से सर्च करके उनके अंदर का कंटेंट निकाल के हमें फाइनल आंसर्स दे देता है, along with the references of those videos. Right? Isn't it amazing? So I sometimes, it's a hats off to the developers of these kind of tools, the way they have done it, because from the millions and millions of videos which are there in the repository, this particular tool does it so fast and gives you the references straight, so that you don't have to waste time in searching. अभी क्या होता है, if I have to make a nano satellite, if you type it on YouTube, there will be like 1000 videos. Now, how do I know which one is for my usage? I'll have to go through multiple videos, right? Instead of that, what I would now do is, I will go to Perplexity, I'll go to YouTube, I'll ask it how to make a nano satellite. Now, Perplexity has done my job. I don't need to go to YouTube and search for 1000 videos. These are those 6 videos with which I'll be able to find my answers. And this was a very broad question. I can get as specific as I want. The more specific we get, the better results it generates. Right? हम में से कौन ऐसा है जिसको मजा आ गया ये देख के?
At my age, I've enjoyed the best.
Thank you, sir. Yes.
इसमें सिर्फ एक चीज बता दीजिए, जो चैट जीपीटी है, that's a paid version, you know, what people are using and all. And of course, that is September 21, we'll discuss later. Now, is this tool free of cost?
Most of these tools are there, and this is for all of us. Most of these tools, there are free versions as well as there are paid versions.
Okay.
So हम as educators, mostly हमारा काम free version से हो जाएगा. But sometimes, you know, when we want to get into more details, then and more features to use more features, then we need the paid versions.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
And
So अभी जो मैं ये use कर रहा हूँ, ये जो live use कर रहा हूँ अभी, this is all for free.
And one more question, Arpitji, we will take at the end once we finish the session, because I shouldn't lose with my biological age. I want to just remember that. That is how these bright, you know, the youth, those are today and those are tomorrow for the whole world. Because in a shortest possible time, word permutation combination they should use so that they know the latest gadgets and the latest tools and everything, whatever is coming new in the universe with regard to educators or education.
Absolutely. I think very well, sir, very, very interesting and good question asked. And this should be very important for all of us. And how do I get to know about these tools? Okay, let me just take that as a practical example. First is, देखिए जो मैं social media मैं use करता हूँ, I use it for my knowledge enrichment. I follow those channels जहाँ से मुझे updates मिलते हैं इससे related. So I am right now perhaps following 14-15 channels just on AI. Right? Because I follow AI, so somehow मेरे को perplexity के बारे में पता चला. मुझे chat GPT के alternatives पता चलते हैं. Like, you know, the whole world is talking about it. One is that follow the right content on the social media channel. Similarly, Facebook pages, if you are following it, just stop following those stupid pages. ना किसी ने कुछ भी forward कर दिया, किसी चाचा मामा ने कुछ काम किया, वो forward कर दिया, and we are all liking it and following it. Don't do that. You know, just follow the ones which are of your interest, which you think will add some value to it. That's number one. Second is, now AI जो है वो is moving towards artificial imagination. Sir, remember we were even discussing about that at one point of time. Now with this artificial imagination coming in, and now since you have tools like Perplexity or ChatGPT or such tools, you can go to these tools and ask very specific question based on a need. Right? Now for every need, you will have something or the other coming up or present already. Right? People are continuously working. And let's say it is not there today. I have asked something very absurd. Now AI has taken that input. AI has already started to work on it. Right? तो आज आपके पास नहीं होगा, maybe 3 महीने बाद वो tool आपके पास आ जाएगा. Now let's say, sir, हम बहुत specific होते हैं. For example, I want to know about a tool which can give me the traffic data of Chandigarh city. Right? And Chandigarh city, sector 26. Right? I want a data around it. अब इसको अभी हम क्या करते हैं, गूगल पे जाके कुछ सर्च करेंगे, उससे बेटर है go to these AI platforms, throw this question to them. अगर कोई टूल होगा पूरे दुनिया में ऐसा बना हुआ, they are going to produce it in front of you. So the right set of questions हैं that needs they need to be given to these platforms so that they can, you know, throw back the right responses. And that's how you will keep yourself updated. ये क्या नए किस तरीके के टूल्स आ रहे हैं और हम इनको कहाँ यूज कर सकते हैं, क्या इनकी लिमिटेशंस हैं और कहाँ इनको एक्सप्लॉइट किया जा सकता है।
थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Okay, so Perplexity is that tool which will save immense of your time. I mean, आपको अब see there was a time of YouTube when you used to go and search. ठीक है, अब वो चला गया है क्योंकि वहां पे अब like millions and millions of data sets are there, videos are there. So humanly it's impossible to identify मेरे कौन सा काम का है, right? So start using these tools. This will greatly help you. All right. So see, I'm doing marketing for all these tools for free. That's the power of AI.
Yes.
Technology का वही मजा है because they don't speak for themselves. We are doing sessions and talking about them. इनको use करना start करो. They are amazing tools, which is really great. All right. Who has seen this particular icon? The blue one. सब नए आ रहे हैं ना, सबको लग रहा होगा कि क्या रोज ही नए टूल्स आ रहे हैं, कितने टूल्स हम देखेंगे। ऑलराइट, ये जो 9 सेशंस के बीच में आपको जो 30-35 टूल्स का एक्सपोजर मिला है, आई एम बीइंग वेरी ऑनेस्ट ऑन दिस, if you just exploit these 10% of these 30 to 35 tools, which is like 3-4 tools properly, you'll be able to do some magic in your classrooms. And as I said, इसको habit को लेके कैसे आना है, क्योंकि आप भूल जाओगे इनको। आप एक चार्ट बनाओ, चार्ट में इन टूल्स का आइकन्स पेस्ट करो या प्रिंट आउट निकालो, उनके बारे में 2-2 लाइन लिखो और अपने टेबल के पास में उसको रखो। राइट, पहले जैसे हम लोग मंत्र रखते थे ना, नमस्कार महामंत्र लगा रखा है, गायत्री मंत्र लगा रखा है, हम उसको करते थे। अभी ये टेक्नोलॉजी मंत्र हैं सारे, राइट। सो हमें इनको रखना है अपने आसपास, क्योंकि इनसे हम अपडेटेड रहेंगे, इनसे हम अवेयर रहेंगे, इनसे हमारा मेंटल वेलबींग ठीक रहेगा, बिकॉज हम बहुत सारा टाइम सेव करेंगे, हम क्रिएटिविटी पे फोकस कर सकेंगे। देयर आर मेनी इमेंस ऑफ बेनिफिट्स, राइट। सो डू दैट एज अ हैबिट। मैं आपको छोटा सा अपना ना एक बिकॉज समटाइम्स कभी होता है हम ज्ञान बहुत दे देते हैं बट हम खुद फॉलो नहीं करते, राइट। तो आई डोंट ब्लर माय बैकग्राउंड को थोड़ा सा हटाते हैं, एंड आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू शो यू वन बोर्ड व्हिच इज देयर नियर मी। कैन यू सी दिस ऑल?
यस सर।
Yes, sir.
तो मैं भी यही करता हूँ, जब भी मुझे कुछ नया मिलता है, ये देखिए स्लिप्स मेरे पास पड़े रहती हैं, फटाफट से उसको स्लिप पे लिखता हूँ, यहाँ लगा देता हूँ। ये इसको यूज करना है अभी 4-5 बार, जब तक हैबिट में नहीं आ जाएगा तब तक ये स्लिप हटेगी नहीं। अब वो ये वाली स्लिप्स वो हैं जो हैबिट में आ चुकी हैं, हट गई हैं वहां से, राइट। तो डू दैट एज अ हैबिट, देन यू बेसिकली गेट इन्वॉल्व्ड एंड इम्बाइब्ड इनटू द टेक्नोलॉजी। और यहाँ से मुझे लगा एक सबके साथ गुड न्यूज भी शेयर करते हैं, बिकॉज आई कीप डूइंग दीज प्रैक्टिसेस, so I use them very creatively in all my work. And for that, sir, and this is especially for sir and all all of you who are here, because we have had a journey of almost 1.5 months together. So I'm being awarded a global creative teacher trainer prize on this Sunday.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Congratulations, sir.
So thank you so much. So on the 30th Sunday, there is this conference of Global Educators Conference in Dubai, and I have been shortlisted. There were 70 participants from 63 countries. So finally, I got my applications moving forward, and then I'm getting this prize on Sunday. Wow. So the credit goes to everyone who has ever interacted with me, because I keep on learning from everyone. So that's one thing which happened.
God bless. God bless. Wonderful news. वो देखो स्वाति ने 2 हाथ ऊपर कर दिए हैं, अभी डबल कर दिए हैं स्वाति ने। Okay, great. Thank you. Congratulations. Wow. On behalf of everybody.
Thank
Great.
you so much. I wanted to share this with everyone, because that's how you keep yourself energized. आप जब ये सारी चीजें यूज करते चलोगे, आप अपने हर सेशंस में, आप अपने हर एक्टिविटी में, and that is where you will be able to make practical usage of these tools. Otherwise क्या होता है, कोई भी आप टेक्नोलॉजी टूल हो या अदरवाइज कोई गैजेट आपके पास हो, it just becomes a fancy gadget, और sometimes किसी ने प्रेशर किया तो हमने उसको यूज किया, राइट। उससे कोई इंपैक्ट नहीं आएगा, उससे बेटर है आप उसको मत करो। ओके, सो ऑन दैट, ओके, लेट्स मूव अहेड टू दिस पर्टिकुलर टूल। इसका नाम ही देखो क्या है,
minilessons.io.
सॉरी, Sorry, Abhilash, this one is co-pilot, educators
Yes,
co-pilot.
sir.
Right? इसके अंदर अभी आपको कुछ बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग काम दिखाते हैं. चलो फटाफट से कोई एक यूनिट का नाम बोलते हैं. Let's say, okay, who will tell me? Norzom, would you want to add something?
Cells.
Okay, cells को थोड़ा सा, अच्छा cells को यूनिट का नाम दे देते हैं.
Specific, like plant cell.
Plant cells. Okay, subject, this must be biology.
Yes.
यहाँ पे ये कर देते हैं. Okay, अभी हमने बहुत broad दिया है, which is okay. This unit should cover. What do you want it to cover?
Structure of the cell.
Structure of the cell. देखो हम बात करते करते ना पूरा लेसन प्लान बना रहे हैं, ठीक है? क्या ऑब्जेक्टिव है इस चैप्टर को पढ़ाने का आपका, इस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक को? What should the students learn from this?
To be able to know the difference between the like plant cell and other cells.
Plant cells and other cells. Okay. Let's just make one lesson from this. So now sit back and relax and let. So something is ready for us. Let's open it. आ रहा है मजा? So we have lesson overview. You have student objectives. अभी हमने बहुत broadly define कर दिया, उसको अच्छे से define करें. You have all the essential questions. आपके पास जो इसमें वीडियो पढ़ाना है वो वीडियो आ गया है. So your lesson is ready. Now the better inputs you give it and the better lesson plan will be there for you. Right? अब इसको आपको सिर्फ execute करना है. So that's how you can save your time. See, now this whole decade is about how efficient and productive we become. काम पहले भी हो रहा था, concepts पहले भी deliver हो रहे थे, आज भी हो रहे हैं, right? But the whole efficiency has increased. पहले जो काम 10 घंटे में होता था, जैसे ही साइकिल इन्वेंट हुई, वो काम 8 घंटे में होने लग गया, एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जाने में. फिर जैसे ही बाइक्स इन्वेंट हुई, वही काम 6 घंटे में हो गया. फिर कार्स इन्वेंट हुई, वो काम 5 घंटे में हो गया. फिर प्लेन्स इन्वेंट हुए, वही काम 3 घंटे में हो गया. फिर टेक्नोलॉजी आ गई, वो काम इंस्टेंट हो गया, राइट? अब हमें जाने की भी जरूरत नहीं है, हम यहीं से कनेक्ट कर रहे हैं. आप लोग चंडीगढ़ में बैठे हैं सर, मैं दुबई में बैठा हूं और हम लोग इंस्टेंटली कनेक्ट करके हम काम कर रहे हैं. सी दैट्स द मैजिक ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी, राइट? यू सेव इमेंस ऑफ टाइम. सो आप ऐसे रिसोर्सेज को यूज करें. सो को पायलट, as the term itself says, is co-piloting your education system. Any kind of lesson planning that you would want to do can be done on this platform for free, and the better the inputs, better unit plans can be created. So आप एक single session बना सकते हैं, आप 10 session का plan बना सकते हैं, आप पूरे year का plan कर सकते हैं on this, and this is all for free. If you go for a upgraded version, then you get unlimited access to it, right? So that's one tool.
It's the best tool.
Best tool. काम आसान हो गया ना, इसलिए हाँ, best tool. Okay, which is okay. I think if there are tools, why not to use it? अच्छा, अभी हम एक और देखते हैं. अब ये देखो कितना इंटरेस्टिंग है. कोई सा भी टेक्स्ट आप उठाओ, दुनिया का कोई सा भी टेक्स्ट, और उसके ऊपर क्विज बनानी है आपको. Don't waste your time. Don't burn your head on that. Okay. Let me just do it live. तो है ना, आपको मजा आएगा करने में. Okay. So let me open Google. चलो कोई एक अच्छा सा इंटरेस्टिंग सा टॉपिक बताओ. Some contemporary topic. Anyone? Somebody who has not spoken yet and would want to take a chance, please do that. Give me any particular topic which you think, उस पे कुछ questions देखते हैं, how the platform will do it.
Water cycle.
Evolution.
थोड़ा पानी से बाहर निकलते हैं.
Russia, Ukraine and war.
अर्पित जी, G20 में जो शुरू हुआ, they are focusing on rural tourism. Should we do something related to that? It may be useful to some of these future teachers in vocational studies. Because Government of India is focusing entirely on rural tourism now, and they have given so much of thrust. 4,000 crore plus have been allocated for this. in case if, maybe somebody can get benefit of it, who's getting into vocational teaching profession.
Fantastic, sir. So what we'll do is, what is rural tourism in India? मैंने ये लिखा, and let's say I have some text here. या किसी बच्चे ने कोई ऐसे लिखा, उसके ऊपर हम कुछ क्वेश्चंस लेना चाह रहे हैं, या किसी का कोई डॉक्यूमेंट आया, let's say from anywhere for that matter, हमारे पास उसका टेक्स्ट है, and now I want to create a quiz on top of it. अब इसको as teachers हम कैसे यूज कर सकते हैं? Flipped classroom. पहले आप वो डॉक्यूमेंट पढ़ने के लिए दें बच्चों को, right? We give it to them. Okay, tomorrow we are going to have a discussion on this, or we are going to have a quiz on this. So read it thoroughly. And the next day quiz, again, don't do it manually. Stop doing any manual work, वो पहले कहते थे ना, गधे में और घोड़े में क्या फर्क है, वो हमें अब थोड़ा सा ध्यान में रखना है जब टेक्नोलॉजी हमारे पास है. Because if you do a quiz again with some manual or those Google forms, and it becomes really problematic in the classrooms. So अभी हमने एक टूल देखा था menti.com, right? उस पे बनाओ quiz so that you have some beautiful results. और बाद में जब आप अपनी reports बनाओगे कि आपने क्या किया इस महीने में, so go to your heads, principals, and showcase them your work in the form of these visualized reports. They will be mesmerized. वो शायद आपकी क्लास में बैठना शुरू हो जाएंगे थोड़े टाइम में, right? कि आप क्या कर रहे हो ऐसा, right? So let's say I just copy this text, go to Yippity, and just paste this text. अभी Yippity भी क्या करता है? Yippity goes to all the search engines along with the references. It creates the questions. What is the purpose of rural tourism in India? Along with the answers. Right? तो अभी वो text एक मैंने कोई ये whatever that source was, दृष्टि IAS यहाँ से लिया. So it is going to refer to this particular site only, right? As a base reference, and it starts creating questions. So what is rural tourism in India? What activities are involved in rural tourism in India? Right? It creates question. अब आप इस question को edit कर सकते हो, इसी question को copy paste कर सकते हो, and then you can use it further, right? So very interesting platform to create personalized questions along with the answers.
For the knowledge of all the participants, you should know that in the G20, Government of India is focusing on rural tourism, and Honorable President of India is going to give some awards to some teachers. Those are at present doing some research work related to rural tourism. Okay, go ahead, please.
Moving towards our second last tool of today's session. I think हम थोड़ा सा time extend कर रहे हैं, but please allow me for next 15 minutes more, because
participants, 28 people are in tech till this time, right from the beginning. They're very special.
That's great. Okay. तो अभी जिसने बोला था ना सर ये सबसे काम का टूल है, आई थिंक साहिब ने बोला था. सो साहिब अभी उसका एक और कॉम्पिटिटर आ गया है. तो कभी क्या होता है, आपके पास दो चीजें, एक होता है लेसन प्लान, पूरा एक यूनिट का प्लान आप बना रहे हैं, और कभी होता है किसी एक पर्टिकुलर कॉन्सेप्ट को आपको बहुत डिटेल में एक्सप्लेन करना है. सो व्हेन इट इज अबाउट अ कंप्लीट यूनिट, go for co-pilot, right? Co-pilot assists you across the broader plans. When you want to create it microscopic, किसी particular concept पे आपको ज्यादा फोकस करना है, आपको लग रहा है स्टूडेंट्स को पता नहीं कैसे समझ में आएगा ये टॉपिक, इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट, बच्चे ढंग से परफॉर्म नहीं कर रहे हैं उसमें या नहीं समझ पा रहे हैं, go to Curipod, 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 right? अभी इसमें वापस वो लिखते हैं जो नॉर्जम ने बताया था, that was plant cell. कौन से ग्रेड के लिए आपको इसको क्रिएट करना है, डू दैट, बिकॉज AI based logics will take it to that grade only. ठीक है. So let's say I go to grade 7. क्या लर्निंग ऑब्जेक्टिव है इसका? स्टूडेंट should understand the difference between plant cell and animal cell. Right? This was our objective. Do the magic. Okay, let's do the magic. अब सबको लग रहा होगा क्यों सर आपने पहले क्यों नहीं बताया, इतनी लेसन प्लान पे मेहनत करवा दी है ना, सबको हमको बना के देने पड़े, ये टूल पहले बता देते. All right. So a complete slideshow for the topic is ready. Okay. अब आप इसके अंदर कोई आपको स्लाइड्स चेंज करनी है आप करो, कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन चेंज करनी है आप करो, सारे आपके जो क्वेश्चंस करने हैं, आपको जो एक्टिविटीज करानी है, यहाँ पे आप अपनी खुद की कोई फोटोग्राफ अटैच करना है. So it even gives you options to show your creativity along with that. तो आपको पूरा लेसन प्लान जो है वो रेडी मिल जाएगा. I mean a PowerPoint on that particular lesson. So अब PPT बनाने में जो इतनी मेहनत हम करते हैं, PowerPoint में जाके हम एलिमेंट्स ढूंढते हैं, इधर उधर कुछ करते हैं, stop wasting that time. Right? Come to these kind of tools and create it. और अभी हमने बहुत broad topic दिया और broad learning objective दिया, right? Go as specific as you want to be. The more specific you are, the better result AI will always generate. Any AI tool for that matter, right? तो अभी क्या था, हमें cells के बारे में पता करना था, plant cell, and the objective was that students should be able to identify between plant cell and animal cell. So the whole PPT is created based on these two inputs, right? So first is what is the basic unit of life. Okay, second आप देख रहे हो learning objective इसने mention किया है. Plant cells क्या होते हैं? Did you know? So there is a quiz. Now work together in pairs. इसने activity भी दिया है जो वो what is the main difference between a plant cell and an animal cell? Students should do this. What is the function of a cell wall in a plant? And so on and so forth. Interesting. किसको मजा आया देख के? और कितने वो लोग हैं जो मेरे को सच में बोल रहे हैं कि ये पहले क्यों नहीं बताया आपने?
Yes, sir.
राइट आप में से कई लोग ऐसे जिन्होंने ईमेल पे ही जिन्होंने ना मेल पे ही लेसन प्लान को लिख के दे दिया है बहुत ही बोरिंग फॉर्मेट में. तो जब हम लोग उनको लेसन प्लान्स को देख रहे थे वी वर लाइक ओ गॉड, हम खुद से खुद को सोच रहे थे हमें इनको ये टूल बता देना चाहिए था सो दैट हमारे लेसन प्लान्स थोड़े इंटरेस्टिंग बन के आते. यू हैव डन वेरी गुड क्रिएटिव वर्क इन दैट, हाउएवर प्रेजेंटेशन इज रियली पुअर, राइट? तो हमें वो दोनों ही चीज का ध्यान रखना है. एज प्रोफेशनल एजुकेटर्स योर प्रेजेंटेशन शुड बी up to the mark and content obviously, right? So you can make use of QReport to create your educational presentations within clicks, right? और वो पूरा जो आपका theme जो आएगा, theme will be based on the input that you have given, right? Other than the content. So आपके जितने भी background, backdrops जो images हैं, वो सब कुछ will be absolutely personalized based on the input, right? And then like I'm just giving you tip of the iceberg of all these tools, right? Once you start exploring it, you have many elements to add, many things to do within this. So this is another one, and this is the last one. Oh, sorry. Gee. I accidentally shut down my slides. Just a minute. Yeah, so this Quillbot को use किया है?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic.
Change करने के लिए use करते हैं creative writing.
Correct. So Quillbot is a paraphrasing tool primarily.
Plagiarism से बचने के लिए सर पेपर से exact copy.
Exactly. So one is if you want to translate from one to other language, use this tool. You want to correct your grammar, use this tool. You want to change the intensity of the language. बहुत technical language लिखा हुआ है उसको easy में convert करना है, easy को technical में convert करना है, use this tool. This tool is focused on language.
ये अर्पित जी किसका जवाब था? Was it Abhilash?
Saurabh. Sir, it
Saurabh.
was Saurabh. Saurabh.
Thank you, ma'am.
Right. So Quillbot, you should explore. There are many tools again in Quillbot. You have a paraphraser, you have a grammar checker, you have a plagiarism checker, co-writer, summarizer, citation generator, translator. ठीक है, तो आपको जैसा जिसका यूज आए, you can make a use of that particular tool. So Quillbot is an exceptionally good tool being used by many organizations across. All right. So I hope I hope it was not an overdose of tools today, but wanted to give you a glimpse of what all is there. And now all these tools are still a tip of the iceberg of all the tools that are there. And let me tell you very honestly, you know, as we speak, some AI platform somewhere is getting generated and deployed. Right? तो आप लोग इनको use करते चलें, and as and when you keep on using them, you will come across other platforms. जिस भी platform को आपको लगता है comfortably you will be able to use it and incorporate it, start using that. So it's not about, you know, one particular tool. Let's say Quillbot है आज, Perplexity है, इससे और better आपको कोई लगता है, और easy कोई लगता है, start using that. Right? Okay. Moving towards the end. I hope ये वाला session अभी तक active हो. Just scan this QR code and let me know. Is it showing active, or is it the same problem which came earlier?
Sir, it is active. Take a moment and reflect on the following. Just showing.
Oh, okay, that's great. So then let me share my screen once again. I'll go to that.
Very, very innovative session today. Very innovative. God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
And well-deserved reward of yours, because when you put in so much of efforts, I'm sure that's what is the need of the hour. And you have recapitulated everything so well today and covered the entire session in such a beautiful manner. And I'm proud of these kiddies also. You know, they are with us for last almost 1 hour and 51 minutes. Amazing, amazing. And so far we have got Amrinder and Abhilash and Saurabh. एक अवार्ड और आपने देना है अभी अभी अर्पित जी अवार्ड
इस वाले उस पे देते हैं सर.
We got one more winner.
Okay, that's great.
Winner before we will be closing.
लोग active नहीं थे, just get active. Meanwhile, I'm opening that link.
Yes, all of us we should get active.
सर निशा मैम का एक्सप्रेशन ये कह रहा है इन बच्चों को अवार्ड मिलने वाले हैं, हम में से भी किसी के पास है कुछ चांस.
Nisha ma'am, you know, she should take a delegation of all these winners to Dubai to you.
Absolutely, absolutely. We'll definitely, sir. I think open an opportunity for.
We'll work out, Haji.
Work out something. Yes. Okay.
I'm going to speak to ICSSR also and ICCR also. Let's take a small delegation to Dubai, led by Nisha ma'am. And she being a wonderful coordinator, she took so much of efforts for this program. And it's really amazing, participants. Those of you who have not posted on the YouTube so far, and if you wish to write something, please post it. Please post it, you know, because we want your participation. We want to know you. And after this, the last session, which will be coming up in your campus itself, that will be face-to-face, Rubaru, because this was all online, that will be offline, and that will be, you know, we will be in your that wonderful conference room, what you have got downstairs, and we all will be there together. Something in the store.
And here comes all the feedback, sir. This is what students are writing now, live.
Yeah. Okay, informative and very useful. Great.
Writing, guys. Keep writing. Yes.
Yeah, great. Great, great.
Are others also able to open the link? Yeah, I think your responses are coming.
Yes.
Very
Great.
useful.
Great.
Okay, so 5 responses right now. 6. So again, अभी जो मैंने यहाँ पे use किया, this is again one version of Menti. So in Menti, there are many templates like this. You can create a lot of excitement. Now, right now, what I'm getting to see is live responses. आप लोग जो लिख रहे हो, enlightening session, ICT skilled session, informative session, a new world altogether. Very useful, informative and very use F. So किसी ने बहुत जल्दीबाजी में लिखा कि प्राइज मिलना चाहिए मुझे कैसे भी, तो स्पेलिंग एरर हुआ है यहाँ पे. No problem, but keep writing. I think it's good. So amazing session. Okay. So how do you feel after today's lesson is this? That's great. So this is how you have to incorporate technology while doing your sessions, creative sessions. आप लोग काफी लिख रहे हो, which is good. And on this note, then अच्छा किसी और का भी कुछ आया है? Madness. Okay. See, the number of responses are increasing now, and it's beautifully arranging it by itself. Very nice. New opportunities, energetic, excited, enthusiastic. So 2 घंटे के session के बाद, you're feeling energetic and enthusiastic is a big compliment for us, for me, for everyone, all of us who have joined it from 8 o'clock to 10 now, which is great. हमें यही काम करना है हमारे क्लासरूम्स में ना. ऑलमोस्ट क्या होता है 40-45 मिनट्स बाद बच्चों से पूछते ना कैसा सेशन रहा, वो ऐसी शक्ल बनाते हैं कि पता नहीं क्या हो गया था क्लास में, ऐसा क्या दुख आ गया था लाइफ में जो इससे पहले कभी ना सोचा था ना एक्सपीरियंस किया था. ऐसा आप कभी इमेजिन करो, आप अपने घरों में भी देखेंगे जब बच्चे स्कूल से घर आते हैं, अचानक से क्या होता है घर के अंदर ना, somebody just runs to them, उनका बैग वैग साइड में रखो, उनके कपड़े थोड़े से लूज करते हैं, उनको थोड़ी ठंडी हवा में बिठाते हैं, उनको खाना वाना खिला के, और फिर उनको मन करता है सिर्फ सो जाएं बस, अभी कुछ बात मत करो, स्कूल की कोई बात ही मत करो, है ना, रेस्ट करने दो. एज इफ स्कूल के अंदर उनकी पिटाई हो रही है पूरे 4-5 घंटे, और जो कि हो जाती है, इट्स अ मेंटल पिटाई, राइट. तो हमारे जो क्लासरूम्स हैं, हमारे जो 40 मिनट्स हैं, दे शुड बी एज क्रिएटिव एंड अमेजिंग एज इट कैन बी. तो वो हर 40 मिनट्स में जब बच्चे का ट्रांजिशन होता है एक क्लास से दूसरी क्लास, द चाइल्ड शुड बी एक्साइटेड कि आज मेरे को पढ़ने में मजा आ गया, सो द सेकंड क्लास आई शुड अटेंड, दैट काइंड ऑफ एजुकेटर यू शुड बिकम. और अभी और बहुत सारे वर्ड्स आ गए हैं, which is amazing. I'll take a screenshot of this for sure. It's so nice to see. And now I think more than 20 people have
yes,
responded.
Yeah.
So
20.
Very nice.
That's great.
So on this note, I think we can call the day today. Thank you so much, everyone, for being there for almost 2 hours and listening to me. I hope we made a lot of sense today.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. So we close with 21 participants putting their views and comments over here. Thank you. And let's get all the participants active. I mean, it's amazing. 10 o'clock, all of you are participating so dynamically. I think it's all the spirit and the light is coming from Dr. Nisha ma'am, because the coordinator is very dynamic. So, and so is the principal, all of them together. Great. I'm so very happy. Now, when we convey our deep gratitudes and thanks to Arpitji, you can well imagine he was moving from aircraft to aircraft. He was traveling to different destinations. He was preparing for his own contest also. At the same time, he was coordinating also with all of us. And he accommodated your 2 weeks exams also. And the best part is that he remembered Norzom's name also. That is fantastic, I'm saying, and the cell and the plant and everything what has come to. Okay, so Arpitji, before we close the session today, few things which you had told me, that there are going to be top 3 lesson plans winners. There are going to be top 3 attendance, which we have taken. Those have been consistent and actively participated, which we have taken from the chatbot, and we have also taken from the YouTube. Those are very actively, attentively, they have taken interest in the whole session. And then the third prize is 3 people on assessment side. And then today's 3 winners, Arminder, Abhilash, and Saurabh. So that makes 3 plus 3 is 6 plus 3, 9, and 3, 12. And there'll be 3 more winners when I come to your college for the live session face-to-face. And that session will also be live, which Arpitji would be watching all of you from Dubai, and he will be with us. He will join us. And I would request each one of you for the last session, kindly find out at your own. Take your time. We'll give you some time. You have to find out 2 new tools, which we have to give as a gesture to Arpit. Imagine your total number of participants multiplied by 2 tools. How much is going to be the basket And that gift hamper we'll give to Dr. Nisha Singh ma'am also, because she coordinated the program so well. And we will send that, the basket of new tools to Arpit also, all the way to Dubai. And finally, we would be getting the chief guest for the valedictory function. Your certificate will be jointly signed by Arpit and myself, which we will distribute. And a few of the certificates would be given by the chief guest, and others would be distributed because chief guest is stay longer. We will work out on that. And I would request each one of you, like today, you have actively participated. Keep thinking, because your institution, you must appreciate, is so privileged that when it is 10 o'clock, I don't want to take too much of time. This is the first institution in Asia which has taken the lead, and we are working totally with the technology. Everything we are going with the technology, and that's the way we want to work on. And we want to work the strategy, paperless learning. Paperless learning, no paper wastage, no cutting of trees, saving the environment, everything. And that is the way we all will work together. And each day, let me share with you, we learn from each other. We learn so much from each other. And let's keep learning, because that is the best way you can gift yourself and you can gift the universe. So kindly unmute your mic and let's clap for Arpit Dugar. I want the clapping should be heard all the way. Over there. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone.
It was amazing session, and once again, heartiest congratulations on your winning the best prize among so many countries. I'll take a small write-up and I'll read before the advisor. I'll submit to him that who was the resource person and how we worked out this entire program. And today I let Nisha ma'am close the program and let her say a few words before we come to the end of session.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, I think today's session, though every session was very informative and very interesting, very eye-opening, but today's session was just very different and unique and more helpful for the students, because it talked about techniques of preparing lesson plans. I think this is one of the areas where most of the students feel problem in creating those lesson plans. तो आज से स्टूडेंट्स बहुत ज्यादा खुश होंगे, खासकर जो फर्स्ट ईयर के स्टूडेंट्स हैं, those who are going to prepare 120 lesson plans in their next semester, they will be very happy कि हमारे लिए एक बहुत अच्छा सोर्स मिल गया है. And the students who are who are in second year, they must be regretting कि अर्पित सर पहले कहाँ थे, हमें नहीं मिले हैं. So sir, this session was, I think this was amazing session, and we really get opportunity to learn about many new tools, apps, and I hope that students and myself will use these tools in our teaching. And as Arpit sir said, that anyone can be an educator, but to be a great educator, we need to learn about these tools and should use them in our teaching. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Arpit sir. Thank you, Dr. Major Gulshan Sharma ji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. So very kind. And ladies and gentlemen, you'll be surprised to know many of the people, they were cursing Corona. And 25th of March 2020, when everything got locked down, I discovered this Abhishek Bachchan during the pandemic. You know, I got him during the pandemic. And जाते जाते सिर्फ यही कहना चाहूंगा अर्पित से भी और आप लोगों से भी, ये दोस्ती हम नहीं छोड़ेंगे मगर, because that is the way we have to work out. Which is amazing college. Your college has taken the lead, and lots of blessings to you. And thank you, Arpit. It was a wonderful, amazing session. And I don't want to tell people that we discussed for 1 hour this afternoon for preparing this evening session. We won't tell them. So from his side, it's an investment of 3 hours. Can you imagine? We both discussed how to make it a mesmerizing session as a final session which should come before we meet in person. And Tripti is still clapping, and Abhilash is also still clapping. Okay, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Signing off, and stay fit, stay fine, take care of your health, be happy. गुनगुनाते रहिए, गाते रहिए, मुस्कुराते रहिए, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस को यूज करते रहिए, and the best tool which he has given to us, each one of you should be prepared with 2 new tools which you will be discussing when I will be